It's a gorgeous morning here on the mountain. In a busy few weeks, welcome to Appalachian Weekly News. This morning, I'm Brian Alonso.
And I'm Greer Hodge. Good morning, High Country. We've got updates on businesses, events, and more coming up. So get yourself a cup of coffee for this episode of Morning on the Mountain.
Before we get into that, Greer, how was your Easter weekend, by the way?
It was so good. I really enjoyed my time with my family and just debriefing.
That sounds good. And speaking of Easter, this just happened this morning as Pope Francis did die, the head of the Roman Catholic Church, at the age of 88.
It was actually yesterday that Pope Francis made a public appearance. He visited Vice President J.D. Vance to exchange Easter egg gifts at the Vatican City. He did make his way through the crowd on Easter, but did not lead Mass on Easter Sunday.
We begin your morning with a topic that's been a big talk throughout the country, a topic that now has become close to home. Student visas have been getting revoked nationally, and that one has happened here at Appalachian State University.
For more on this story, we bring in Jenna Guzman this morning. She serves as editor-in-chief for App State's student-run newspaper, The Appalachian.
Yeah. And actually, Jenna is actually here, works with us at AWN, and she's really, also our producer for this show.
She's done awesome, organized, making sure everybody stays on task, and she's just such a good creative leader.
Okay. And now we go to Jenna with the latest news.
Taylor loves golf.
He loves sports.
9:02, cool, I got 4 minutes.
Okay.
Spots are cool.
Weeks we learned that an international
In the studio, give us
visa has been revoked. For a visa to be revoked means that that visa is no longer valid for the student. Although the identity has not been released of the student, nor has the reason why, it is likely that will also not be released anytime soon. However, although App State has had one student visa revoked, other students across the country have had theirs revoked as well, with nearly over 1,000 students within the past month having their visas revoked. For more information, learn more online.
On the rise this morning, the town of Boone is rebranding. The Brand Boone initiative is an effort to update the town government's current image. Town officials are looking to the public to tell them what they think best represents Boone. The rebrand will include a new color scheme, font, and town seal that will be displayed around town buildings, vehicles, decorations, and according to officials, they'd even like to see it on t-shirts. If you'd like to share your opinion on what Boone means to you and what you'd like to see out of the rebrand, you can go to thebrandboone.com and take the survey.
Agree. I think I might take the survey because I think new color scheme is really cool. What colors would you like to see?
Maybe I'm biased because we're on App State's campus in Boone, but black and gold are superior.
Personally, for me, I think I'm going to go with autumn leaves, kind of that orange-brown. I think that represents Boone a lot.
I love it.
Greer, coming into the studio today, it was actually pretty nice weather, don't you think?
It was pretty dark, but it felt amazing. It's been a gorgeous few days, so let's hear from AWN's weatherman, Jordan Luker, on what we can expect from Mother Nature in the coming days.
Yeah, guys, well, usually I'm the political analyst, but today I'm going to be AWN's weather analyst for today. We're going to start with the 7-day forecast today for Boone, North Carolina. If you look over here, for Sunday, it's going to be a high, for Monday, it's going to be a high of 77, low of 53, and then you move into Tuesday. That's when the rain's going to start, going to be a 70% chance of rain. But then the temperatures, they're going to cool off a little bit. High of 64, low of 55. You get into Wednesday, high of 69, low of 48. Chance of rain increases to 84%. You get to Thursday, that's even 89% chance of rain, high of 63, low of 53. Then Friday, it's going to look rainy, and Saturday as well. So be careful and safe when you're out at thaw on Saturday. That's a 97% chance of rain. However, it's going to be nice out, high of 69, low of 55. Back to you guys.
Well, a lot of great weather report from Jordan there. It looks like we're getting a little bit of rain. This weekend was pretty hot, so I'm just glad for that rain.
But it's warming up, so I can't complain at all.
And another, I think, is it a thaw is this weekend, correct?
Thaw's this weekend. I'm going. Are you?
Sadly, no, but it is going to rain, so are you just kind of scared about that?
I'm not. I think it'll be a good time either way. Might get down in the mud, have a little fun.
Okay, well, good luck to you for that.
Yeah.
When we do have that beautiful spring-like weather this week, you might want to enjoy it. And there's not much better than a stroll on the Blue Ridge Parkway. But there's a lot of talk about what is still closed and what's open after the hurricane. Our David Katzenmeyer is live on the Blue Ridge Parkway with an update.
Okay. You said go now, JD? Okay.
Brian, thank you so much. And Jordan, thank you for the beautiful weather report telling me how sunny it was going to be. So I make sure I brought my shades up here on the mountain. I'd like to welcome you to Raven Rock's Overlook, a beautiful spot 15 to 20 minutes away from campus, right here off the Blue Ridge Parkway. This is a fantastic spot to watch some sunsets. Campus is actually out here in the valley over towards my left. And if we take a walk towards my right, we're going to see where that sun typically sets here at Raven Rocks over Grandfather Mountain. If you want to see the sunrise, Thunderhill Overlook is 30 seconds away, and it's a beautiful spot. Michael Garrity, our field producer, saw it at 6 a.m. this morning and told me he enjoyed it a good bit. Now, as far as the parkway goes, there have been some recent openings for you to hear about. From where I stand right now, all the way up to the Linville Viaduct, past Grandfather Mountain, the parkway is open. So that means if you want to go see Trout Lake, Price Lake, Hebron Falls, Rough Ridge, or Beacon Heights, along with all of the other hikes in the area, you are now able to do so. However, if you want to get to Asheville from the parkway, the next 70 miles are closed past Grandfather Mountain. This is due to Hurricane Helene, as well as one or two multi-year construction projects. If you want to get to Asheville, you're going to have to take Highway 221 to Interstate 40. Now, if we head towards the north, towards the Virginia state line, up this way, kind of past campus in this direction, you're going to find a lot of closures just a couple miles down the road. From Bamboo Road all the way to 421, the parkway is intermittently closed due to multi-year construction projects. And as you continue up towards the Virginia state border, it's the same thing. A couple bridges are still out from Helene. There are also some multi-year construction projects, so you're going to have to find a detour. However, the core part of the parkway right here from campus all the way over to Grandfather Mountain is open and ready for you to explore. Now, me personally, you can actually kind of see Rough Ridge up here to the right, one of my favorite spots to hit in this area, as well as Raven Rock's Thunder Hill. It's a beautiful spot if you have never been up here before. Really appreciate everybody, and we'll send it back to the studio.
Thanks, David. I'm super excited to start getting everything with the Blue Ridge Parkway worked out. It's one of my favorite places to go with friends on these nice days.
You know, me too. I'm really hoping some of those places get open, you know. Before I graduate or we graduate, I really would like to drive that parkway one last time.
Yeah.
And like I said, thank you, David. We appreciate all the efforts to get one of the most beautiful roads in all of America completely open again.
Right now, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll show you what's brewing in the area, including a new coffee shop, a sit-down talk with an App State basketball player, and a look into our track team.
Education is vital for growth and progress. What we learn shapes our future and the world that lies before us. That's why App State keeps advancing our founding mission of access to academic excellence. New programs provide new opportunities. New facilities open new doors for faculty and students. Tomorrow's solutions can be found here today. Here at the premier public undergraduate institution in the Southeast, here at App State.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Morning on the Mountain with AWN.
You know, we talked a lot So far, my favorite story, or what we talked about, is the Parkway. I'm really excited for those to open up again. What about you?
I'm loving the nice weather. We can start getting out more and appreciating the greenery.
Yeah. Jordan Luke has some really, he is our political analyst, and so it's really funny that now he's our weatherman. So I hope they got promoted. I hope he's getting the big bucks.
What can't he do?
Hey, speaking of coffee, that's a really cool mug you got.
It's filled to the brim this morning for an early morning with coffee. What you drinking?
Well, you know me, I'm a little bit picky, so I got our floor manager, Matthew. Shout out to Matthew. I got to make me a bunch of stuff, and because, it's early morning, our first live morning show, so I had to be up. Sorry, Matthew, for the trouble. But hey, speaking of coffee, Jenna Guzman has a story of a brand new coffee spot that just opened, and apparently it involves groundhogs.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, and now our newest coffee shop, Groundhog Coffee. Groundhog Coffee opened in April and is now inviting its customers to stay grounded. The idea of running a coffee shop in 2022 has now become a reality for 19-year-old owner of Groundhog Coffee Co., Connor Lowry.
I set this place up with the idea in mind that people can come in here and they're always going to see a friendly face. I was very specific about who I got here. We have people that are so friendly that they became my friends really, really quickly. What sets us aside is we're extremely focused on quality. We're extremely focused on good ingredients, and we've made this place as comfortable as it can be so people can spend time here and hang out here and not feel like it's just their cup of joe in the morning.
The name Groundhog, think coffee grounds. With the mission of offering quality coffee and a quality environment, located next to Bella's of Boone, Groundhog Coffee may be your next go-to coffee shop.
You know what? I might have to try a latte from that place one day. Or maybe, actually, later today. It's still early after all. And speaking of caffeine, Ella Snap is at another cool coffee shop in Boone. Hey Ella, what's brewing for you this morning?
Good morning, everyone. I'm at Drip Coffee in downtown Boone, and they actually just opened just over a year ago on April 12th of 2024. They have so many drinks, amazing baristas, and even a sweet treat if you want a snack. Not only do they have that, they also have t-shirts if you want to wear some merch around Boone. So today we are joined by a very special guest. We are joined by Michael Marcus Jr. of the App State men's basketball team. Michael, how are you doing today?
Doing pretty good, a little tired, but not bad.
Hey, it's the morning. I think we're all a little tired right now. So tell us what you ordered today.
A blue lavender tea. I don't drink coffee, and then the barista recommended it, so I just went with it.
So yes, we did find out this morning that you actually don't like coffee, but there are so many other ways to wake up in the morning. So what is your favorite thing to wake up to? Do first thing as soon as you wake up.
First thing would probably be just getting the word. Spend time with God, just refocus my mind. First thing I think about is just more I can learn about that and just grow into Him.
And then how do you wake up if you are just not in the mood to get up, you do not want to get out of bed? What is something that gets you out of bed every time?
I just don't get out of bed. If that's the case, I just go right back to sleep, to be honest.
Do you have to get up early often for basketball practice, anything like that?
Kind of depends. During the summer, we have something called the process, which is 6 o'clock workouts. Love them. So during that time, you kind of force yourself to get up at that point in time. All
right. So what is your favorite thing to do in the morning? Favorite song to listen to in the morning?
I guess probably Good Day by Forrest Frank, because it kind of just it's kind of in the name, so it should work. So it's a good just wake up song.
Yeah, so moving on, recently a piece came out about how you actually play piano, which is super cool. Can you tell me a little bit about that, just the background when you started?
So I did music. I did flutes in middle school from 6th to 8th grade, did guitar for a little bit, then did drums. And then my father told me that he has a friend that he splits his hand all the way out. He makes 3 right angles. He's like, well, you got big hands too. You play basketball, so try piano. And here I am.
Do you get a lot of shocking comments from people when you tell them you play piano just because you're known from the basketball team?
It's less me telling them and me just playing. It's like, he plays piano. So it's kind of like a shock factor. It's cool, little, fun fact, if you will.
And what's your favorite thing about music? Does it calm you? Is it different in the way it makes you feel from playing?
It's kind of how songs can make you feel different things, make you into different worlds, and song is the language of emotions that you can't verbally speak. That's why when you listen to certain songs, you can relate to it different ways. That's why certain songs, you feel better in different emotions.
Yeah, absolutely. So now we're going to look a little bit at basketball, that side of you that everyone knows. So when we were talking earlier, you told me that you actually didn't think you were as big of a deal as you were. When I wanted you for the interview, you were like, I don't know why you got me and not someone else. So tell me a little bit about that, what you were telling me earlier.
I'm kind of my own world a lot, just doing my job best way I can, just being myself, and apparently that's a cool thing to people, so why not, I guess.
Tell me about those people that come up to you and how it makes you feel when you're like doing something normal.
It's interesting because half the time I probably won't notice. I'm really listening to a good song or eat some good food because I'm hungry, but it's always cool interactions. Fans showing support and love having them.
So looking back at this last season, it was your first season. How do you feel about it?
It was a learning experience for sure. The Sun Belt's a competitive league. All these guys are really talented, and they have a heart for basketball. And it really is just hard work is hard work.
What's something you've learned from this past season?
That hard work will outbeat talent no matter what. Because in the long stretch, the work you put in these hours off season, those show in the late hours of the game when it's like 1 or 2 points. It's who wants it more.
Yeah. And so moving into the summer, what does your summer routine look like? Like, do you have a bunch of summer workouts you have to do?
So we're in some workouts right now, kind of. We have like workouts about 3-4 times a week, lift about 3-4 times a week as well. Then we'll have this next first summer off, so all of June, come back up in July and get back to work. So it's a never-ending process, but if you want to be great, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, and tell me about next season. You learned a lot from this season. You said it was a great growing experience. What is a goal that you have for yourself next season?
For me, it's to make the same, if not greater impact that guys like Miles, CJ, Jalil, and Jackson made because they left an imprint on this program and they were the face of this program. And so now with the returners and all of us coming up, it's our job to help carry that culture.
How does it feel to be one of those faces?
I mean, it's cool. It's a big responsibility sometimes, but you can tend to overlook it and then not be grateful for it.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us today over a cup of coffee and tea, and we're going to go back to the studio.
Sometimes coffee just isn't enough to give you that morning motivation.
So we are going to see if we can inspire you with a little help from, well, you.
We asked you to give us some of your favorite pictures of the month for a bit of a morning motivation. Well, the pictures did not disappoint.
No, they didn't. Let's look at the first picture, and it's Smith Stadium, where the App State baseball team plays.
It's gorgeous.
You know, actually, the A game is going to go live this Friday, so tune in for that. It's going to be exciting.
And tune in for their other 2 games this week.
Yeah. Oh, we're looking at the Boone Golf Club. Boone Golf Club. It's looking really nice. I don't know when that picture was taken, but you know, I'm not much of a golf person, but it looks nice.
So our summer show's coming up, and I am going to be out there with 3 of our other people.
Oh, look at that. It's Ella and David, our reporters for today. They actually won some awards, the BEA Awards.
Congrats, you guys.
You know, they were at Vegas. I hope they didn't bet too much at the casinos. You know.
And then the new marketplace in Boone, North Carolina. I'm loving all the blooming trees and all like the greenery.
You know, actually, I'm making a Mexican ranking piece, and that's near Dose. So Dose is going to be on that ranking piece soon.
And the new softball stadium is looking beautiful.
It looks great. I'm excited to go to softball games and cheer on the Mountaineers for more victories.
Yes. It's just a beautiful season for sports all around. Oh, look who it is.
It's our producer, Jenna Guzman, at Kid Brewer Stadium. She's graduating just like us. And you know what? I hope the best future for her because she's a great person.
She's awesome. And, the beautiful tulips. I love it.
The flowers are great. They smell great. And, we're seeing a little bit different colors, pink, yellow. It's nice. I wonder what actually those flowers are. I'm curious.
It's nice to see all the colors and vibrance after the hurricane.
Of course.
We're getting back into things this morning after Easter weekend. And Brian, you had some fun, didn't you?
It was so much fun. I attended an amazing and super fun Easter egg hunt all the way at Beach Mountain.
How was it?
Oh, really? Well, let me tell you. Instead of telling you, I'll just show you.
It's Easter time in the high country, and as you can see, so many different games and activities for kids of all ages to participate in.
The Happy Easter Party was held at Buckeye Recreation Center in Beach Mountain. It was a group project with volunteers from App State to make sure the kids had an egg extraordinary time.
Here today for our annual Happy Easter Party. This event brings in people from all over the community and residents of Beach Mountain every year. I've seen generations come through, the kids who were here when I was starting, now they're teenagers or in college.
We partner with Appalachian State's Recreation Management Program Planning class. They come out here and, as you can see, put on quite a few games and activities for the kiddos, and in exchange we provide like a little bit of instruction on how to do that. So far it's been as a hopscotch in. It's been really funny watching them do that, and I love watching the kids of all ages just making their best attempt at the X-School course, and just parents watching them smile, have fun with it too, and that's what we're about. If we can bring the whole family and make them involved, that's what it's all about right there.
I'm part of the rec management program at App State, and it was part of our job as part of our class to organize the event and figure out what kind of little activities we have going on up until the egg hunt. We're just making headbands and these little scratch crafts. It's been pretty fun so far. I didn't know what to expect because I'd never been to this facility before, but it's been fun. The kids are cute.
The kids had their fun, they played the games, but now it's time for the main event, the Easter egg hunt. And look around me, as I just found one.
Today I brought my family out and my 2 kids to enjoy the Easter festivities. So we did fun games inside, and then we came outside and they had an Easter egg hunt. We've already gone through all the candy, and it was Tootsie Rolls, Smarties, and some Fruities, I think.
That sure was a lot of fun. And as you can see, I got a few stuff. I got this on my head, got some Easter eggs, really cool. And as you can see, the families and the community came together, and it was sure excellent.
That was so cute. It looked like so much fun.
It was a lot of fun. Not gonna lie, those kids were ruthless. Yeah,
but you didn't steal candy from them, did you?
Well, that's shh.
Right.
We don't have to talk about it.
Right.
Okay, there were some really good candies in there.
Here's a look at downtown Boone right now. I see what you did there, by the way, the excellent egg-tastic.
Excellent. That was great.
Well, some may be asking, where did Melanie's go in that shot? Don't worry, we'll fill you in. Also, just around the corner, we'll go out to App State's track and field complex to talk to some star athletes.
We've also got another look at weather and how it may impact you and your families.
All this and more next on Morning on the Mountain with AWN.
Hello and welcome to this edition of the Appalachian Weekly News. I'm Jenna Dunning.
And I'm Hunter Boston. We have you covered on all things Ashe, Avery, and Watauga County.
Welcome back to Black at App State TV. I'm your host, Rhea Autry, and we are so happy to have you here with us today.
Bienvenidos a otro episodio Buenos Días Boone. Yo soy Natalia Guiar.
Y yo soy Denise Casales.
Hello, and welcome back to another brand new episode of Can't Think Straight. Hello, and welcome to this episode of Connected Cultures.
This is Adam Church, live with the Adam Church Band, RFG, baby.
Hello, and welcome to Religion and Life. I'm your host, Ozzy Ostwald.
Welcome back to a brand new episode of the A-Game.
It's a good moment, you know?
Hi, Pixels.
Oh my God, no.
That doesn't sound good at all.
Welcome back, my fellow insomniacs.
What once were rows of crops are now hallways for growing our future. The old ways that served generations before are now the perfected paths of tomorrow. These mountains have always called to the pathfinder, the trailblazer, the innovator. The faces and structures may change, but one thing remains constant: access to higher education, here and always at App State.
Let's go! To a place where you can grow.
A place to be heard.
And take a closer look.
A place where you can crush it.
And push yourself.
A place to find your voice.
This place rocks. And rolls.
A place where you can get out.
Way out!
A place you'll never forget.
So where is this place? Let me show you.
On the rise and perfect if you haven't had breakfast yet. Melanie's, a new Boone breakfast table for over 20 years, just reopened its doors at a brand new location on Howard Street. After years of serving up breakfast favorites on King Street, Melanie's restaurant has made the move one block over to Howard Street. The new location officially opened its doors on April 3rd, and already it's buzzing with customers eager to experience the food fantasy. Melanie's is open 7 days a week from 8 to 2, whether you're a regular or a first-timer. The staff says they're ready to serve you with a smile. We spoke to the owner to learn more.
We have a new opportunity here with this cafe side and this bar side that we're hoping that both locals and students can take advantage of a lot more than what we were before, because we were so small, and obviously we have a lot of tourists come through the old Melanie's, and now we're hoping that we can mix with the tourists and the locals a little bit more easily. We have the dining room and the outdoor seating like we had at the other place, but then we've added a whole another bar and a coffee/cafe area that we can, hopefully people are going to be able to take advantage of.
While the building may be different, the food and hospitality feels just like home.
It's my favorite place.
Yes.
Where Melanie's is located is undergoing a revitalization, and it starts today. The plan for the Howard Street Revitalization Project is to spruce up the area that is very important economically to Boone. AWN's Brandon Miller gives us a glimpse at the improvements that are to come.
Woo!
Home to new favorites like Phys Ed and old favorites like Howard Station, E-News, and Wildwood, the Howard Street you know is getting a facelift. Old potholes getting filled in for new roads and new sidewalks, power lines going underground, new sewage, and even some cool new artwork.
Starting on April 21st, construction crews will be closing down the Howard and Depot Street intersection to begin day one of a hopeful 460-day project. To celebrate the additions coming to Boone's downtown, the town hosted a groundbreaking ceremony, and attended by Boone's public and town officials. The town highlighted the years of planning and the securing of $13 million in funding that helped this project come to life.
For us to be able to take this opportunity to really build a safer street that's accommodating, that's inviting, that lets people know that Boone and Howard Street and the downtown area is theirs, it's the community's area. All of these things coming together is just going to make Howard Street, I think, one of the premier downtown areas for Boone, for sure.
I think, it's going to be tough if you live on Howard Street or you walk Howard Street. Could be tough with construction, and so I encourage the students especially to support the businesses you love on Howard Street. They're not going to be getting the same traffic that they have been, right? There's ugly, machinery or whatever the case is. So, if you love Wildwood, if you love Espresso News, if you love Phys Ed, go out there and support them. I think that's vital to make sure that we can get this project completed and then keep the businesses that we all love in place.
Well, a lot of construction, actually, it's right behind us, so I'm actually excited about, the revitalizations. That's a hard word. But speaking of reviving, John Cena revived his career last night on WrestleMania, where he became a 17-time world champion, world breaker, and I'm just, it's amazing to see a childhood hero of mine win again. So,
Are you getting in the ring with him next?
No, I don't. I think I'm gonna stick on the camera side and just step away from that. Sorry.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, April showers bring May flowers, and we've got friends and viewers tuning in from down the mountain too. Jordan, what's the upcoming weather looking like for them?
Yeah, well, I already gave you the Boone weather, guys, but we have plenty of weather around the mountain here in North Carolina, both down and up. You see Boone, it's about 79 degrees, but then you look towards Hickory, it's about 84, and it gets up to 85 in Charlotte, 79 in Asheville, very similar. However, you go a little bit east towards Winston-Salem and Raleigh, and that area it gets to about the 70s, and then Fayetteville, Wilmington, down to the 70s once again on the coast. But also, if you're just tuning in, we got the 7-day forecast for you again here on the Morning on the Mountain. You go back once again, you see Monday, today it's all sunny, 77, low of 53. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, however, it's all rain and showers, and you want to look out for that if you're going to thaw on Saturday, 97% chance of rain. However, it'll be nice and cool for you with a high of 69, low of 55.
Thank you for that weather report, Jordan. Great information. Like I said, he was a political analyst, now a weather reporter. So, are you going to the beach anytime soon? Maybe looking at Wilmington.
I hope so. It's been chilly up here, but it's warming up. just in time for lots of new events, and we'll give you guys a glimpse into that a little bit later on the fun activities for everyone coming up.
Of course, of course. And oh, look at this. We got a live shot from King Street. It looks busy. We got not a lot of traffic. There's some people, and we talked about the Howard Street construction.
The traffic patrol going about.
Oh, are these? Oh, okay.
They're brutal. They are brutal here in Boone.
Well, did you pay for your parking?
I paid for it.
Okay,
it
that's
expires
good. That's
right
good.
when the show ends. All right. Well, speaking of good weather, do you have any good summer plans coming up? We're getting close.
I'm not really too sure. Maybe go to the beach. I don't know. Yeah. Well, now we're going into a special report from Ella Snap, who has a recap of the spring practice game.
App State football just had their first spring game since 2014, something new head coach Dowell Loggins wanted to bring back to the mountains. This was a perfect opportunity for fans, students, and everyone else to get a sneak peek of the 25-26 football season. And the fans love to be back in Kid Brewer Stadium.
It was so much fun just being out here again. It brings me back to the fall. It's super exciting.
I wanted to see the new players since so many people left and to see what we looked like and if we were going to be any good.
Our fans and students did a great job. They showed up for us. We're appreciative appreciate what they did today. Appreciate it for our recruits. They got to see what this place is about and what the atmosphere is about.
It feels good just to get fans out here, and a lot of the people that haven't been here before get to understand what the experience is like at Kid Brewer. So it's one-on-one. So I love it, every second of it.
It was really cool. A lot of people showed up. I don't know if y'all could tell, but man, it was a lot of fun. We worked really hard for this moment. I'm just glad we got to come out here and show everybody what we're about.
Man, it felt great, and it was very exciting being able to please a lot of fans that came out. We were all talking about the number count day after day leading up to the game, and to hear it was around 15,000, 14,000 people. We just knew we had to come and get the fans a show.
With spring ball, kind of how they set it up, you got to earn your spot, so everyone's got to compete every single day. At the same time, it is a brotherhood.
We played well today. The defense has been coming together this whole spring, playing as one, as a unit. The secondary, we came along as spring went, and then today we executed on the back end. I think we did pretty well.
When you get to feel the fans and the atmosphere, and it's a different feel, and I've never been to a game here before, but I've heard stories, and the fact that on a cold, windy day like this that they can fill a stadium, it's impressive.
Not only do the fans and players love the environment of the Rock, but we also got to see who might just be starting for the Mountaineers next season.
They've been rotating guys around the whole spring ball.
A lot of great quarterbacks, as you guys saw today, and it's a great room. One thing I'll say is we're all best friends, so we all hang out, and it's a battle every day, in and out.
We're a close-knit group. We've been like that since we all got here in January. Everybody gets the same reps to try to make it as even as possible, and I really enjoy it. I really enjoy the coaches, and I really enjoy the guys.
We got a lot to clean up. There was a lot of good, but there's still a lot of work ahead, so we're going to have a busy summer with these guys. The good thing for us is we've got a whole training camp to clean all that stuff up.
Transfer portal is open now, so there's going to be lots of more changes to come before the fall, but it's so good to hear from new head coach, Coach Dowell Loggins, and a few new faces on the field.
Well, I'm really excited. Like I said, we're graduating, so we won't see next year. Maybe we can tune in, but I'm really excited for the new changes. We have a lot of new coaches. It's going to be really exciting for the offensive team this year. And look at this. We are, I believe, Blowing Rock live, and there's not a lot of cars. It's pretty quiet.
Quiet Monday morning, but it's gorgeous. I'm loving the sunrise coming through.
Yes, right next to the park. It's really nice. You go play outside. I think I'm going to go over there. But now we have a special live report from Jacob Pearsall.
Sorry, did I take that? Jacob Pearsall here live with AWN today. I'm joined by Patrick Freeman and Ethan Lipsum. So first off, Patrick, you have done so much for the pole vaulting program here. What does it feel like to be able to make that program record and really cement yourself as an App State player?
Yeah, I think it was my goal when I first got here, to school record, obviously. And I think after all the years that I've been here, I've been here since 2019, it feels good to finally make it happen. And I know that, after doing that the record's not going to stay. We're going to continue to break it. There's people that are younger than me, Matthew Gray, Miller Brennan. They're going to continue to push that. So I look forward to seeing what they can do even after I'm gone, and it feels good to know that I, started something maybe, I guess.
Excellent, yeah. And for you, cross country is something that you've been involved with for a long time, and you were able at the Sun Belt Championships to get the win last year. What was that like, and just overall the experience of going to that championship and getting the win?
Yeah, there's nothing better than winning a team title with your team and the guys you've worked year in, year out with. I mean, I've won individual titles, but nothing beats hoisting that trophy with your teammates around you, and nothing beats turning around on the finish line and seeing the sea of black and gold coming down the home straight, and you're just like, oh my gosh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna win it back to back, and I look forward to that feeling, hopefully next year and all the years after that.
And Patrick, for someone who has been here since 2019, how do you keep improving and make sure you're never settling?
I think just genuinely enjoying it. I think I have a true love for pole vault and track. My first true love. It makes it easy when you're surrounded by great people and you love it to do it every single day, do the same thing every single day, and just keep working at it. I think the true love for it helps. It makes it feel easy.
And a really big meet coming up. You guys are leaving tomorrow, I believe, for Philadelphia.
Yep.
What are you guys most excited for about this whole trip and this whole experience?
It's a great experience. Pin relays is a super historic meet, and for me, I'm running an individual meet, and it's pin relays, so I'm running a relay as well. And like I mentioned earlier, there's nothing better than running with your teammates in a race. That's the really cool thing about the relay events during the track is you feel like you have another sense of something to race for. It's one thing when you're going out to race for yourself in the individual events, but when you're racing and you got 3 other guys in your heat with you and they're all running they're running their butts off, and you're just like, man, I gotta help the team out, can't let them down. It gives you something else to race for, it's something to really strive for.
And I'll ask both of you one last question. If you could talk to the App State fans listening, what would you say to them right now?
Come out to a track meet, I guess. It's pretty fun.
And you?
Yeah, I'd say come out and support. We got everything. We got sprints, jumps, vaults, distance, anything that you could want to come cheer on, we've got it. The Olympics are one of the most viewed events in all of the world, so it's great to come out and experience it in person, especially if you've never seen a track meet before. I really encourage people to come and check it out. It's definitely a growing market and a growing event, and I think it's something that a lot of people are missing out on. It's a lot of fun.
Well, you heard them. You got to show up and see them. That's the best way to see it. You're listening to Appalachian Weekly News. This is Jacob Pearsall. Let's head back to the studio.
It's an exciting time for track and field. They're breaking lots of records on the brand new track, so it's exciting for them.
Of course, and I think everybody should go support our track and field team. Like you said, they're doing really great, and I'm gonna go see them one time before we leave. Coming up, why not get some relaxation to start your day? Let's do some early morning yoga with our very own Kara Daniel.
Here's a live look from our track and field complex from App State.
Well, we're taking a short break due to technical difficulties, but we'll be back, and we hope to see you soon. Don't go too far.
Education is vital for growth and progress. What we learn shapes our future and the world that lies before us. That's why App State keeps advancing our founding mission of access to academic excellence. New programs provide new opportunities. New facilities open new doors for faculty and students. Tomorrow's solutions can be found here today. Here at the premier public undergraduate institution in the Southeast, here at App State.
Looking for a great way to start your morning? How about a refreshing yoga session? It's the perfect way to stretch out your body, wake up your senses, and clear your mind to kick off the day on a positive note.
Yoga also helps you center your thoughts and focus your energy for whatever lies ahead. Right now, we're going live to Kara Daniel as she takes part in a morning yoga class here at App State. Feel free to join in.
I think what we're going to do is
originally we were going to have an instructor here, but instead we have AWN's own Emma Tuss to answer a few questions about yoga and to do some poses with us. Emma, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I am doing absolutely wonderful. Why do you do yoga?
I started doing yoga in 2020 to help cope with the pandemic and feeling out of control. And doing yoga, it grounds me and it helps me really focus on just one thing, which is the breath.
And yoga and meditation are used across the world in religions and rituals. Do you think that it helps spiritually too?
Absolutely. It helps me feel so connected to myself and my body and my mind. And I just think it's such a great thing that everyone should do.
And what do you say I take a break from the pre-workout and barbells and do some yoga with you? I'd love that. Wonderful. I'm going to hand my mic over to Ella.
Awesome. Let's get started. So we're going to plant our feet down like this. We're going to take a big, deep breath. We're going to really feel our bodies moving up and down. And then we are going to transition down to our knees. And we're going to press our big toes together. We're going to really just breathe into our hips right here. Yeah, kind of loosen up a little bit. After that, we're going to come onto our hands and knees, and we're going to do some cat-cows. These are my favorite way to start the morning. So we're going to inhale and arch that back, and then we're going to exhale and arch it that way. You can already feel the relaxation. You can kind of go back and forth on your hips like this and really feel the planting of it. Okay, and then we're going to plant our feet like this, and then we're going to go into a downward dog. Are you ready? Okay, and we go up and try to plant your heels on the ground, and you can go back and forth like that. It's a really good stretch. It's really nice, especially because you do weights and stuff. I heard you say you did leg day and everything like that.
Yesterday,
and
my calves are feeling it.
Yeah, and now we're gonna go like this, and then we're gonna put our legs down and just feel that stretch through our lower back. You can look to the side, look to this side. Okay, alrighty. We're gonna get back up again, put those big toes together, and then sit back on them, and then just try to press our forehead to the mat. And just breathe here like this for a second. And we're gonna come up, we're gonna go back into that first pose. Alrighty, and then we're gonna take a deep breath. Alrighty, one last pose. We're going to stand up. Okay. And then we're just going to bring our leg up like this. I'm starting to sweat a little bit. Are you starting to sweat? Okay. I'm ready. And then we just say namaste.
Namaste, Emma.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so we're just going to do a quick props. There was supposed to be a class today, but we couldn't find it. So big props to Emma for very quickly, impromptu, doing this yoga lesson and giving Kara and me some new tips to do yoga.
No class showed up. Well,
yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I thought there's going to be more people. Come on, guys.
Kara, you killed it, though,
Yeah,
on that
good job.
impromptu
Good job.
little rotation.
Mhm.
Brian, you think your flexibility can keep up?
Okay. Tell me,
Hey, I don't know much. I don't know much, but we're going to start out with a little tree pose. You got to get your leg up, Brian.
Okay. I got it. This is easy. This is
Balance core.
Okay,
and
what's
then
next?
we're going to move to the triangle pose.
Okay.
Keep your right leg, foot straight forward. Turn this left
Okay.
one. Okay. And then you're going to make your arms, lean to the side, make them completely vertical.
Okay, am I doing this right?
You feel the stretch?
I think so.
Okay.
But is it supposed to be painful?
Yes.
Okay.
Very.
It's doing
And
the
you
job.
bring up.
Okay.
Did you hear him?
This is just a little. Okay.
This is easy. It's easy.
Okay. Okay.
And you end every practice.
Okay.
I took PE in this. So
Okay. So
you
you're
end every.
professional.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You end every practice in. All right.
Okay. I feel a little bit better. I feel a little bit better.
On the rise this morning, after an unexpected pause due to Hurricane Helene, a beloved community tradition is finally making its return, and it's ready to welcome guests every Saturday morning. When Hurricane Helene swept through, the Watauga County Farmers Market was forced to put operations on hold as the High Country dealt with the storm's aftermath. With its original location at Horn in the West, temporarily repurposed by FEMA, the market found a temporary home at the Leon Levine Health Sciences lot. But now the market is back where it belongs. Opening day is set for April 5th at Horn in the West, once again offering locals and visitors the chance to support High Country businesses. Whether you're stocking up on fresh produce or simply soaking in the lively atmosphere, the Watauga County Farmers Market is open every Saturday from 8 a.m. to noon.
I'm so excited. Watauga Farmers is back, and I saw some honey there. I think I might have to buy some.
I love supporting local businesses, but also it's just fun, like I said, to go and experience the atmosphere on warm Saturdays. Me and my roommates love to get up and go.
You know, and I think I'm gonna have to get some fresh vegetables. You know, at the support local farms and at the farmers market.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
And also some eggs. You know, there's a whole thing with the eggs going on. So let's go support some local farmers and get some eggs. You know. And maybe some chickens. I don't know. Do they sell chicken? Do they sell like chicken? You know, you can build your own farm.
I don't think I would go and buy a chicken. But
chickens are great.
Hey, it's great to see the farmers market back in action. And now we go once again to our live reporter Jacob Pearsall at Track and Field.
Jacob Pearsall here with Appalachian Weekly News, and it is gorgeous up here at the new facility. Just taking in the views, it really is just so nice to see this. And we got some people here. Calvert Guest and hey guys, how are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good to see you guys, Kendall Johnson and Calvert Guest. So good to see you guys. So, just a few questions while I have you here. How did it feel to win that cross country championship, and how has that changed the way you run now?
Yeah, it was a super exciting goal to accomplish this fall. We had won in 2023, the last year, and so that was the goal to come back and do it again. And it was exciting to have our women do it alongside us as well.
And Kendall, you've been here for a bit now. You've been here for 2 years? You're sophomore, I believe. So what is it like to come on as one of the younger players on this team and really get to meet the team and really become very close with the team?
It was great. My freshman year, it was very welcoming. I'm really grateful for the seniors that were here last year, and I'm grateful for the seniors that are here this year. And my teammates are great all around. They help to push me, and I love when the new incoming freshmen come in and I can welcome them and push them as well. So it's been great.
Excellent. And for you, it's been a great journey over the years. You know, you won back-to-back, so you guys plan on trying to complete the trifecta, or what's the news with that?
Yeah, so I'll be gone next year. But yeah, I hope we've set the bar high.
Yeah.
So we have a very strong freshman class right now and some very strong returners. So I absolutely think they can get it done again next year and keep the streak going.
Awesome. And one last thing, I'll ask both of you this question, but how do you feel about the facility? Is it nice running here? Does the track feel good?
Yes, I love our track. I think it's one of the best tracks in the NCAA. I love the view. It's just really great, and I'm really excited to run it.
Yeah, when I first came on, I felt it on the track. It feels really good to just like walk or run it. How do you feel about the new setup?
Yeah, it's incredible. This is definitely the best setting of any track I've run on, and it's just really cool to have like the throws in the middle. It's nice to have everyone competing in the same area. It's all everyone's together. Get to watch and cheer everyone on.
Cool. Well, thank you guys so much for talking to me for a bit, talking about the new facility, which is gorgeous. This is Jacob Pearsall with Appalachian Weekly News. Let's send it back to the studio.
From Blowing Rock to the big leagues, Cardayon takes us to a local pasture with a purpose. It's home to Spirit Ride, a therapeutic center that's teaming up with one of the most iconic events in sports, the Kentucky Derby. She shows us how this small town operation is making a big strides to raise money, help kids heal, all through the transformative power of horses.
And later, Brian takes us to App State's Earth Month celebrations, where students are taking the lead on sustainability, from green initiatives to hands-on events that aim to make an impact right here on campus.
Hello and welcome to this edition of the Appalachian Weekly News. I'm Jenna Dunning.
And I'm Hunter Boston. We have you covered on all things Ashe, Avery, and Watauga County.
Welcome back to Black at App State TV. I'm your host, Rhea Autry, and we are so happy to have you here with us today.
Bienvenidos a otro episodio Buenos Días Boone. Yo soy Natalia Guiar.
Y yo soy Denise Casales.
Hello and welcome back to another brand new episode of Can't Think Straight.
Hello and welcome to this episode of Connected Cultures.
This is Adam Church, live with the Adam Church Band, RFG, baby.
Hello and welcome to Religion and Life. I'm your host, Ozzy Ostwald.
Welcome back to a brand new episode of the A Game.
It's a good moment, you know.
Hi, Pixels.
Oh my God, no.
That doesn't sound good at all.
Welcome back, my fellow insomniacs.
What once were rows of crops are now hallways for growing our future. The old ways that served generations before are now the perfected paths of tomorrow. These mountains have always called to the pathfinder, the trailblazer, the innovator. The faces and structures may change, but one thing remains constant: access to higher education, here and always at App State.
Let's go!
To a place where you can grow.
A place to be heard.
And take a closer look.
A place where you can crush it.
And push yourself.
A place to find your voice. This place rocks. And rolls.
A place where you can get out.
Wow!
A place you'll never forget.
So where is this place? Let me show you.
Horses may not be the first thing that comes to mind when you think of therapy, but for children with disabilities, they can be life-changing partners. At one special stable, healing happens on the saddle. Our own Kara Daniel took a drive through the countryside to see how these special connections are making a powerful difference, one ride at a time.
Throughout history, horses have been right there with man, you know, all of these thousands of years, and they're just incredible beings. I am very fortunate and very blessed to be able to combine my love for riding and horses and animals and my love for children and special needs and working with kids with disabilities and putting those two passions together and coming out with something that is, we say it's magical, but it's so science-based too at the same time, but there's just nothing better. I mean, that's why I wake up in the morning, is to make things happen for kids.
I try to just have fun with them and try to make them smile. The memories that I get from Spirit Ride are from the kids and the things that they do.
Well, Spirit Ride is a nonprofit, and we work with children with disabilities with just a whole wide array of diagnoses, you know, referred to us through a community professional. That could be their educator, that could be their pediatrician or a therapist or a counselor, occupational therapist. But everyone is referred to us, and then if they're accepted, then they are here until they are 17 years old, unless they've decided that their goals have been met and they're ready to move forward and move out more independently.
And although the Kentucky Derby is usually about betting on the horses, for Spirit Ride, it's about supporting a beautiful cause.
The fundraiser is a Kentucky Derby-styled party, and it's going to be at Blowing Rock Equestrian Center. The money goes towards us really continuing to be able to offer our services at no charge to the families.
We're fortunate enough that we have the opportunity to provide the place and the horses and her talent along with all the volunteers. I mean, there's been a lot of work to do since the storm, obviously, for everybody.
You know, like everyone, we lost fences, we lost buildings, we lost equipment, but we'll get back.
Anybody from Virginia down to Georgia, if you lived in the mountains, you got affected by this hurricane. So for us, we had a lot of damage, but we're coming through.
And if you want to volunteer for this inspirational organization, the Kentucky Derby fundraiser will be held at Blowing Rock Equestrian May 3rd, 4 to 8 p.m.
When it comes to finding fun, Boone and AWN has you covered.
The annual Thaw Out Music Festival is this weekend at the Boone Fairgrounds. This year's special guest Waka Flocka Flame will be headlining the event following several others' performances, along with food, games, and vendors that appeal to everyone.
And upcoming, we have Up Late Live, we have the A-Game Live Show, and we have App State Baseball coming up. And of course, Thaw Outs.
And Thaw Out's not the only chance that you have to dance the night away. The Merle Fest is coming back, featuring several local musicians with folk music.
Some fun events. Sounds like fun all around. Also happening, some fun things coming up. I'm pretty excited.
Lastly, App State Baseball continues play this week versus East Tennessee State on April 22nd and against Southern Mississippi on the 25th. Lots of fun shows, sports, and activities. There's something for everyone in your family this week. With warmer weather finally here, I've been loving the chance to get outside. April is a time to celebrate our beautiful planet, and the best way to keep enjoying the springtime greenery is by taking care of it. Appalachian State's Office of Sustainability is working hard to raise awareness and encourage action that doesn't stop after Earth Month. My co-host Brian caught up with them to learn more.
With weather getting warmer and people going outside more, what better way to show appreciation for our planet than by caring for it? April is Earth Month, and the Office of Sustainability at App State is in full swing, making sure to do something almost every day.
We had a spring closet clean out on April 1st, and so we got with Housing and Wellness and Prevention and teamed up on hosting a large closet clean out to divert clothes from the landfill and kind of keep them within the App State community. Looking forward, we've got a film series we've got our Earth Day Expo. April is really for us. We get super excited about it. It's full of action and full of activities and events, and it's one time that we kind of get to shine the spotlight.
App State does recycle. I've been able to tour our facility where it goes in Conover, North Carolina. They sort it all for us. They separate plastics, cardboard. They have stuff like milk jugs and laundry detergents. And so really being able to see that, I want to come back and tell students all about it, that we do recycle. We're not going to dig through all this trash today unless we know that recycling is going somewhere where it's actually going to have a new life and be turned into another product.
Recycling is important. And the Office of Sustainability is making sure to do that by making an event almost every day this month. But of course, they can't do it just by themselves, as many people across campus come and volunteer.
We're in partnership with the Zero Waste and the Sustainable Development Office, just like sorting through trash and like through the compost and recycling, just trying to put everything where it's supposed to go, because a lot of people during football games and stuff don't know like the proper way to do that.
It's been amazing. This is actually my second time doing it, and so it's been really cool just to be able to see the impact that we can make and just doing something simple like recycling versus putting it in compost and trash, and just to be able to see the impact and how much trash there is left over. I've learned so much, and so it's been really cool for me.
The Office of Sustainability works hard all throughout the year and will finish off Earth Month with their very own Earth Day Expo.
What a show it's been. One last good run.
Yes,
I'm so happy.
Yes, our first live morning show. I think it went pretty well. Jordan, thank you for the weather reports. I'm going to miss you when we graduate. You know, we're all graduating.
Oh, of course, it's always nice to give the weather to the people here of Boone. You know, I've done it all now: sports, weather, politics.
What can't you do?
What has been your favorite part of the show so far, Greer?
I think just it was one good last round. I loved seeing what we can get into, the good weather. It's been a good show. Even though it's early, we're tired. I'm going to take a nap after this and get some food.
You know, and shout out to everybody in the control room. Shout out to our executive producer, Bob Donor. Shout out to our producer, Jenna Guzman. Shout out to all our reporters out in the field. Everybody, like I said, everybody in the control room. Busher, who's over here, our teacher that taught us a lot. Like I said, I've been Brian Alonso.
And I'm Greer Hodge, and we hope you have a great rest of your day on the mountain.